Okay. Where I don't even know where the lights are. Yeah, most likely for you. How's the mic volume? Good. Good morning. Yes, you're supposed to sign in at the desk. Oh, nope, that's good. Yep, that's right. You're gonna take your shoes off over here and put your stuff in the cubbies, and the mats are here. That's a spot. No, I haven't yet. This is somebody else's list. It's like a deal video or something. Good morning, everybody. Some quick announcements. 3-4, March 4th, Pilates Yoga Tuesday instead of Wednesday, next week only. Express Stretch Fridays, that's me. We're doing half-hour Express Stretch Friday mornings at 8:15. And you're here at Mindful Flow Yoga on Saturday mornings. Live Strong starts March 11th, flyer on board. And March 9th, Introduction to Yoga for Men, 10:30 registration, still open. March 9th. So if you have a yoga mat, grab a couple blocks just in case you need them. If you have trouble sitting flat on the floor, you need a little bit of a lift. Grab a couple yoga blocks. You can sit up on them. So backs, lying on your backs. And just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Feeling the belly rise and fall with the breath. Feeling the whole abdomen expanding with your inhales, contracting with your exhales. Just focusing on the breath. And let the feet fall out towards the corners of your mat. And bring your attention to your rib cage now. Feeling the rib cage expanding and contracting with the breath. Imagine your rib cage as an umbrella. So imagining this umbrella in your center, opening outward in all directions with your inhale. paying attention to the side ribs, the back ribs, so as you inhale, this umbrella is opening outward in all directions, and as you exhale, closing down into the center. Deep breaths. On your next inhale, you're going to take the deepest inhale that you can take and hold the breath. Holding the breath for as long as you possibly can. Squeeze in small sips of air. Squeezing in another sip and holding the breath. When you can't hold the breath any longer, you can open your mouth and let it all come rushing out. The idea is to hold and hold until it's uncomfortable. Taking a few normal breaths. And then again, taking in the deepest inhale that you possibly can and holding the breath. Squeeze in another sip of air, holding the breath. And another, holding the breath. Continuing to squeeze in sips of air until you can't hold any longer. Think about releasing all that isn't serving you as you exhale, sighing it out. Taking a couple normal breaths. And last time, taking a nice deep inhale, filling the lungs, hold the breath. Holding the breath. Squeeze in a small sip of air and pause. Squeeze in a little bit more and pause. Continuing to expand the rib cage, expand the lungs, and when you can't hold it any longer, open the mouth and let it all come rushing out with an audible sigh. Deep breaths, taking deep breaths, and just noticing how you feel. And then you can slowly make your way up into a comfortable seat. Legs extended out in front. And then we're going to bring the hands behind the hips, spread the feet a little bit wider than hips distance apart, and we're going to spread the toes nice and wide, spreading them out and then squeezing like fists. Spread the toes and squeeze. Spread them out, squeeze, and then you can make it faster. And then we're going to draw the feet towards us and then point the toes, pointing the feet away, trying to get the fullest expression of that movement. So you might rock a little bit forward and back as you do this movement, and then we're going to speed it up. And then circle the feet in opposite directions. And then reverse direction. Sitting up, take your right leg out to the side, bending the knee, draw the ankle over your left leg. Stabilize the ankle with your right hand. Left hand comes over the top of the ball of the foot and circle. Reverse direction. Release, changing sides, left leg, bend the knee out to the side, draw the ankle over your leg, stabilize with the left hand, so we're just holding the ankle stable, right hand over the top of the ball of the foot and circle. And reverse. Behind the hips again, settling in nice and comfy. We're going to squeeze the quads, sliding the kneecaps. So we're going to alternate right, squeeze the left, squeeze the right, squeeze the left. So what we're doing by engaging the quad is that we're going to be sliding that kneecap up. Sometimes they get stuck, sometimes they might not be moving, that's okay. So we're just squeezing, alternating sides. And if you want to see, if you can kind of put your fingers on your kneecaps and see if they're moving. See if they're actually engaging. And then now release. And as you inhale, start inhaling, squeeze both, hold, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze the kneecaps, holding. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Come back up to sitting upright again. Bend your right knee and hold behind the thigh. And we're going to straighten the leg and bend. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. And switch sides. Left foot coming to the floor. Hold on behind the thigh. Straighten the leg and bend the knee. Shake it out. Bend the right knee again, holding onto the back of the thigh. Lift that foot and we're going to draw circles with the foot, making the circles as big as is comfortable. So you'll feel that moving into your hips. And reverse direction. Try to sit up as tall as you can. Nice strong core. Release. Release. Other side, left foot, bending the knee, hold on to the thigh and circle the left foot. Try to hold the thigh as stable as you can. It is going to rock a little bit from side to side, but focus the movement, reverse direction. Lifting up through the sternum. And relax, shake it out. Take the right leg out to the side, slide the ankle over the thigh. This time we're going to stabilize the ankle with the left hand. Right hand is going to come onto the knee. Lift and then gently press down. So you're just going up and down with the knee, whatever is comfortable for you. Don't shove yourself into anything that's painful. Make it as small or as large as you have comfort. Now we're going to bounce real quick. It's a gentle bouncing, not shoving. Listen to your body. Always listening to your own body. And then continuing to hold on to the front of this ankle here, we're going to circle the knee. So it's a little bit awkward. It can be very small. Just trying to get the best circle that you can into that hip. And reverse direction. So as you release this, extend the leg, bend the knee back towards you, and extend again, shaking it out. Left knee out to the side, take the ankle over the right thigh. Right hand stabilizes the ankle, left hand on the knee, up and down with the knee. Gentle, just exploring your mobility. I love these mobility movements that can give you so much feedback about your body. Which hip is giving you a little bit more, which hip is talking to you a little bit more than the other. Quick bounce now. And then circles. Reverse direction. And extend, bend, and extend again to release, shake it all out. Bring the soles of the feet together, holding on to shins, ankles, or feet, and just bounce gently with the knees. Try to lift up through the sternum. Shoulders relaxed. And then you can find a comfortable seat, whether that's cross-legged or maybe that's legs out in a V, whatever feels best for your body. Move into arms, hands. Bring the arms straight out in front of you. Draw the shoulders back and down. Nice long spine. Fists around the thumbs and open wide. Fists around the thumbs, open wide. Fists spread. Fists spread, fists spread, fists spread. Fingers towards the ceiling. Draw those shoulders back and down. Fingers towards the ceiling, fingers down. Fingers up, down. Movements in the wrists. Try to straighten the arms the best that you can. Feeling that flexion and extension. Fists around the thumbs again, and we circle the wrists. Keep the shoulders back and down. Nice deep breaths, reverse direction. And take the palms facing up, tap the shoulders, straighten, tap, straighten, tap, straighten. Leave the right arm out, and you're going to support the upper arm with your left hand. Shoulders back and down, relaxed. And then we're going to circle the whole lower arm. And try to like brush your fingertips on your shoulder if you can. It's okay if you can't, but make the attempt. Making the circle the best that we can. And then reverse the direction. So you can feel that moving into the shoulder quite a bit more. Mine is snapping. Snip, snip, snap. Switch sides, left arm straight out, support the upper arm with the left hand, let the arms rest against the right arm against the body, and then go ahead and make those circles with the lower arm the best that you can without causing yourself pain. Reverse direction. Fingertips to the shoulders. We circle the elbows. Reverse direction. Hands rest on the thighs, sitting nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders back and down. Inhale as you look up. Exhale as you look down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Back to neutral, drop the left ear to the left shoulder, and pausing there for a few counts. Inhale to center and over to the right. Exhale, right ear towards the right shoulder. Inhale to center, over to the left. Exhale. Inhale to center, over to the right. One more time each side. Inhale to center, exhale to the left. Inhale to center, exhale to the right. Back to neutral. Now we turn the head all the way to the left. Pausing here for a few counts. Inhale to center, exhale over to the right. You might notice that you have more mobility one way or the other. Try to keep the shoulders stable. Inhale to center, over to the left. Keeping the whole rest of the body relaxed. Center, over to the right. Inhale to center, one more time each side. Exhale on the left. And to the right. Back to neutral, and we circle the head. Making circles with the neck, nothing painful, nothing sharp. So listen to your body, make the circles as small as you need to for comfort. And then reverse direction. Neutral, and Just take a deep breath, closing the eyes for a few moments, just noticing how your body feels. Noticing any sensations. And then we'll make our way onto our backs. Shavasana relaxation posture. So lying on your back, let the feet fall out towards the corners of your mat, palms facing up a comfortable distance from the hips, and deepen the breath. Loose and heavy. Feeling the abdomen rise and fall with the breath. Take your hands and bring them palms down next to the hips. Bring the legs closer together. We're going to do some leg lifts. So try to flatten your lower back into the floor. Tucking that tailbone and flattening the lower back into the floor. Press the left heel into the floor and inhale, lifting the right leg towards the ceiling. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale, slowly lowering the right leg down with control. And left leg. So alternating legs. Inhaling as you lift, hold at the top, holding, and then slowly lower down, exhaling with control. Continuing to alternate legs. So if you're feeling any tugging in the lower back, if your back is arching away from the floor, you can slide your hands, your wrists underneath the buttocks for a little bit more support until you strengthen your core a little bit more. That's super helpful. So inhaling as you lift the leg, holding at the top, and then slowly lowering back down. So finishing both sides, whichever round you're in, finishing the single legs. And then we're going to do both legs at the same time. And if this is too much for your back, for your lower back, too much for your core, then you can just do 1 or 2 and then skip the rest. Finding the comfort in your body. You may slide the wrists and hands underneath the buttocks for support. And you're going to take a deep inhale and hold the breath, and then lift both legs. Lifting them all the way up towards the ceiling, and then slowly exhale, lowering them back down with control. And again, listen to your body. If this is a little bit too much for you today, then just skip or continue doing the single leg lifts. So we take the inhale first, and then hold the breath, and then lift both legs towards the ceiling. Lowering back down on the exhale. Last one. And lowering back down. Release the arms, release the legs, and take 3 long deep breaths in Shavasana relaxation. And really feel the breath go into the lower belly, relaxing those core muscles, releasing the belly. And hands palms facing down next to the hips or sliding underneath the buttocks if you need a little more support. We're going to bring the legs back up to do bicycle movements, making circles with the legs in a bicycle movement. Don't arch away from the floor. If you get tired at any time, you can put your feet back to the floor and take a break and reverse the direction, bicycling backwards. And feet to the floor. Sink the lower back into the floor. So just tilt that pelvis a little bit, pressing the feet into the floor. And take a deep breath into the lower belly, relaxing the muscles. Now we do both legs at the same time. If this is too much, listen to your body, please. Slide those hands underneath the buttocks, the wrists or the hands. Both legs touching, feet touching, and we're going to circle with the legs. Both of them at the same time. Bending the knees and then straightening out. And reverse direction. No straining, no pain. And feet to the floor. Lift the hips just a tad, relaxing the arms out to the sides. Set the hips back down and extend legs into Shavasana. Relaxation, shake it out. Deep breaths into the lower belly. Palms facing down next to the hips or sliding them under the buttocks if you need to. We're going to circle the right leg, lifting the right leg up off the floor and making circles. Reverse direction. Lay it down, switching to the left leg, making circles with that leg, making them as small as you need to for comfort. Reverse direction. And relaxing back to the floor. Shake out the legs, nice deep breaths into the belly. And take that right knee to the chest, hugging it in, drawing the forehead up. Release back to the floor. Alternating knees, left knee comes towards the armpit or chest. Hug it in, draw the forehead up. Release. Alternating legs. And when you finish both sides, both knees towards the armpits, hugging them in, draw the forehead up, in between the knees. And then extend the arms, extend the legs, reaching from fingertips to toes, feeling the stretch through the whole body, and then both knees towards the armpits. And release, stretching from fingertips to toes. Both knees to the armpits last time, drawing the forehead up. And release back to the floor. Hug those knees in towards the chest and roll from side to side. Rolling all the way over as far as you can go, even letting the forehead go with it, and then over to the other side. All the way over, complete roll to either side. And then coming back to center, bring the hands behind the thighs and rock forward and back, up and down on the spine. And then bring your hands behind your head, feet come to the floor, the knees are bent and feet are together, legs are together, hands clasped behind the head. And we're going to just drop the knees towards the left, come back to center, and then drop the knees towards the right, keeping the legs together, keeping the feet together. Try to press down through the knees, like you're lengthening from the shoulders all the way to the knees as you go into these side twists. We're going a little bit quicker. And back to neutral. Straighten the left leg. Bend the right knee closer towards you. Left hand comes over the right knee. Right arm comes out to a T, and then draw that knee across your body, keeping the upper body on the floor. Keep the arm and the shoulder in contact with the floor. And you're just taking that right knee just as far as is comfortable for you into the side twist. And breathe. We're holding. Back to center, straighten the right leg, bend the left knee towards your chest, right hand comes onto the left knee, left arm comes out to a T, draw the leg across the body into your twist on the other side. Keeping the shoulder and arm on the floor. Deep breaths. And back to center, extending both legs. Take a deep belly breath. Side out. And we're going to point the legs, bring the legs together, point the feet, lift the arms and lift the legs. Hold the breath, lifting, and look up at your feet. Holding. And exhale, lower back down. Deep belly breath. relaxing the belly, and exhale. Inhale again, holding the breath, lift the arms and the legs and the head, looking at the feet. And lower back down. Deep inhale and exhale, belly breath, softening. Next inhale, you're holding, and lift one more time, legs, arms, and head. And lowering back down, taking a deep belly breath. Shake it out. Nice deep inhales and deep exhales, just checking in again, noting how your body feels, how your mind is, how your emotions are. Just noticing. Don't make up any stories, just noticing. As you're ready, you can come on up to a seated position again. Legs out in front of you. A little bit wide. A little wider than hips distance apart. So just find your comfortable seat. If you need to get up onto, if you're straining a little bit and you need to sit up onto a block, that's sometimes helpful. Back is rounding. So here we're going to bring the arms up overhead and clench the fists. Shoulders relaxed. Slide the shoulder blades down your back just a tad. So we're kind of in neutral. So looking forward, we're going to look up at our right fist. Keep the head as much forward as you can. Eye movement is going to follow our arms, and we're going to pretend that we're pulling a rope down with the right hand and arm. So feeling that tension as if you were tugging a rope down, and then inhale back up, or exhale back up, sorry. Inhale, left arm, tugging the rope down, let the eyes follow it all the way down, and then all the way up, inhaling. Right arm, feel the tension like you're tugging ropes. Left arm. This is a little bit strengthening, but it's a little bit more about the energy, kind of like a Tai Chi energy movement thing. Left arm. So we're rebalancing the sides of the brain. We're doing all kinds of things. We're resetting our horizon line, our positioning in the world. Seems like a silly thing, but there's a lot of benefits from it. One more time each side. And release, shake it out. Let those heels come a little bit wider apart. We're going to take the arms out to the side, straight out to the side. We're going back and forth, maybe not quite so wide. Come in. We're going to go back and forth into a twist, touching the hand to the opposite foot, and just let the whole upper body swing open to either side. Trying to keep those arms long. Back and forth, back and forth. Listening to your body. Let yourself gain some momentum. There's something that happens in the upper body when you let it swing with the momentum. And release back to center. Shake it out. We're going to take the arms straight out in front of us, clasping the hands. Imagine that you have a churn, like a big ladle, and we're going to go in clockwise direction, down the left leg, across and up. So making these big circles. Keep the shoulders and the body, keep the shoulders stationary. So you feel as we kind of go back that you're working a little bit on your core in this circular motion. So finding your range, nothing sharp, nothing painful. Reverse direction. I always want for people to listen to their own bodies and rest when you need to take rest, and notice when something doesn't feel constructive for your body. And release, shake it out. Roll the shoulders. Bring the legs a little bit closer together. And we're going to row. So taking the hands like we have oars, we're going to press, exhaling down the legs. Inhale, coming back up. So we're making these rowing circles. Exhale as you fold forward. Inhale as you come back. And you explore how far you can go without straining. It's a hard thing for us to gain that discernment. Reverse direction. So we're coming up and forward and then down towards the legs. Inhaling as we lean back, exhaling as we go forward. So we're so used to pushing ourselves so hard, pushing harder, push into the pain that we forget how to listen to our body and how we can work it without straining it. And back to neutral and shake it out. So this next portion, does anybody here feel like they have knee issues, knee flexion issues, like coming into a low squat? If you feel a little bit of tugging in a low squat as we make our way here, you can come into the half squat. So you're a little bit higher up here, keeping those legs, keeping the knees a little bit more open for space. So here or here, if you can come down a little bit. Your feet are going to come more into a 45-degree angles, kind of settling into that. And if you're starting to feel anything here, come up a little higher. So here we are. We're going to be doing something called chopping wood. So we take the hands, clasp them, and bring them up. So as we inhale and look up, we're extending the spine here. And then on your next exhale, you're going to make a ha as you chop down like you're chopping wood. And I want you to actually open your mouth and go ha. It's an energy thing. Up, inhale, ha, ha, ha. And if your knees are feeling it, come up higher. Ha, 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 and back to neutral. Check in with your knees. If you need to come up to the halfway position, or if you need to take Shavasana or child's posture and just relax, that's okay. So we're coming hands to the heart, elbows press out through the knees, whether you're halfway up or you're all the way seat down. Same thing. Look up, you're inhaling, and as you exhale, you're squeezing the knees and extending the arms and rounding the back. Inhale, hands to the heart, look up. So we pause in each of these. Exhale, squeeze and extend. If anything is hurting or straining, take a break. These are not meant to be pushed through. do a couple more rounds. And back to neutral. If your knees are hurting you, take a break. We're going to hold shins, ankles, or feet and stand, bend, stand. So if you are feeling too much strain, you're going to be doing this from higher, maybe on the knees. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten. So you feel how deeply you can move into this. You have to listen to your own body and the messages that it's sending you. And release. So now for these last two, definitely if your knees or your hips are talking to you already, then you'll skip these last two. You can take child's posture at any time that you need to. You can take child's posture. So here, we're going to duck walk, which can be quite a lot for the hips and the knees. And you need to come off the mat because it's too sticky and it'll get in the way. So we're squatting, hands are on the knees, and we're literally going to lumber around like a duck. And if that, like I said, if you're feeling that in your knees, you can try it a little higher, but you're also welcome to skip this because it can be a lot. So just keep on going, back and forth, or around in a circle, whatever works for you. And come back to your mat. How's everybody doing? So here again, we're going to have the feet in the 45-degree angle down in the squat. And we lay the right leg down. So you see the inside of my foot is flat to the floor. So we literally just lay it down. My left hand is on my left knee, and I'm going to look over my left shoulder and come back to center. Set the left knee down and squeeze and look over the shoulder. And one more time on each side. This one's a lot. It's the last posture. It's a little more advanced. But if you practice this stuff, it will get you there. And go ahead and sit back on the heels if that's comfortable for you. If not, you can take cross-legged or whatever seat works for you. And just take a few breaths. Just allowing the eyes to close. Focusing on the breath and allowing the breath to slow. Go ahead and make your way onto your backs in Shavasana. Relaxation. Palms facing up, a comfortable distance from the hips. toes falling out towards the corners of your mat. Shake it out a little bit. Deepen the breath. Just letting everything get loose and heavy. To all of the points where your body is touching the floor. Noticing all of the points where your body touches the floor. And see if you can imagine what kind of shape that's making. If you had ink on the back of your body and your mat was a white piece of paper, can you visualize what that body print would look like? At what points do the legs touch? The buttocks pressing more heavily. Where the back might come away from the floor. The shoulders and the arms. Resisting the urge to fix your arms. Just notice how they might be touching the floor differently. noticing how the wrists might be touching the floor differently. The back of the head. Reach the arms up overhead and stretch thoroughly from fingertips to toes. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock a little bit from side to side and make any movements that feel good for your body at this time. Slowly making your way up to a comfortable seat. Let's take a nice deep collective breath together. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Sigh it out. Thank you so much for dropping in on my class this morning. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend.